How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. CJ Belardo here, and it's so great to see you again. In this video, why don't we do something that's a little different this time? I'm gonna show you how I plan and shoot car photos specifically for the interiors. So I've been seeing a lot of car ads lately online that shows multiple photos of car interiors from different car brands and car pages. Kind of got me inspired to do a photo set just for myself. So why don't we hop onto the computer and let's plan this shoot. Now, the first thing that I do whenever I'm planning a shoot is I create a mood board. Now, a mood board is a collage of every idea, every inspiration that you got from somewhere else, and just put them in all in one spot. Now, I use Notion for this because it pretty much you can basically do anything you want in Notion. Whatever I'm trying to do here right now on my computer, I can also view it on my phone, which is a good thing. Not sponsored, by the way. Okay, so why don't we hop onto Notion real quick, just to show you what my mood board looks like. I divided it into 4 groups, which is the steering wheel, control center, cabin, and the infotainment. There should be seat, not cabin. I'm gonna try to find a similar sample ad that I said from the intro, or maybe just find similar photos that were in those ads and study them a little bit and kind of deconstruct how the photos were shot. For example, this is a photo of the infotainment of the car. So the photo is actually focusing on the screen, which is in the center of the dashboard. Now from there, you would actually have to think about what was the focal length that the photographer used in shooting this photo. Other things that's going around on, for example, the hand of the driver and maybe some lens flares. You kind of have to think all of the components of the photo just so you understand how the photo was taken. Now, we also have to keep in mind the brand of the car that we're trying to shoot. And in this case, it's a Mazda. So the photos on my mood board should mostly be aligned on the branding of Mazda. Basically classy, a little bit of motion blur, and sleek. That's how they market the CX-5. Pretend that Mazda is your client and they hired you to take photos for the brand. So how did I find these photos? I just went to the Mazda website, or even better, just try going to their social media pages, whether it's on Facebook or on Instagram. From there, we will be able to understand how they use car interior photos on their posts. So here's an example of one of their posts. Pretty much is one single post, but there's a bunch of different pictures. Most of the posts that they have is pretty much all tied up together in one post. Like for example, they have an interior shot and then an exterior of a car, even a subject that is doing anything, like putting a bag on the trunk or surfing. That's where you kind of get an idea how you can take photos when you're actually shooting. So now that we're done with the mood board, it's time to go back to the car. Okay, so we're back here inside the CX-5. Very important thing before doing anything is that making sure all of these surfaces are clean. We don't want any dust or dirt in any of our photos. So I'm gonna wipe this bad boy just to keep those dust away from any of our shots. Let's get wiping. Now, I made sure that I did a checklist on the subjects that we want to shoot. It's basically the same as the mood board that I showed you earlier, which was the seats, the infotainment, the control center, and the steering wheel. These 4 are just some of the key features of this car. Now, if you were a car buyer, these are the features that you typically find when purchasing a new car. As a photographer for a certain brand, you want to show these features as beautifully as possible to entice future buyers of this car. I don't have any smaller tripods with me, and if I ever needed to take photos of the front dashboard, I just usually use the seat itself and just remove the headrest and use this as a platform. Pretty sweet, hey?
And that is a wrap. The shoot is done. I know this was a pretty quick one because I just wanted to show you guys how I normally plan my shots and execute them. I hope you got ideas on how to plan your next photo shoot, right from the planning stage up to the actual shoot. The sky's the limit on how to execute your photo. You can go at it literally anywhere. Obviously, I'm still in our condo parking lot right now, and I think it was still a success. If you guys are interested in me making a video on how I edit my photos, drop a comment below. Or better yet, watch this video explaining why I shoot cars.